project manager for Leah's Hopes and Dreams. These are my parents, the founders of Leah's Hopes and Dreams. So would you like to introduce yourselves?
Sure. Hey, I'm Mike Carmichael, a co-founder of Leah's Hopes and Dreams.
And I'm Shanique Carmichael, the co-founder of Leah's Hopes and Dreams.
So this is just a quick conversation about what Leah's Hopes and Dreams is and how Leah's Hopes and Dreams has been impacting the community and how you as the people outside can help us inside. So can you just tell us a little bit more about Leah's Hopes and Dreams and why you started it?
Yeah, so you want to take that?
I'll let you take it.
All right, so Leah's Hopes and Dreams, Leah, first of all, was my mom. She passed away at the age of 42, and I am originally from the Bahamas, and so my mom, the organization is in honor of my mom, and the reason why we started it is because to honor her for all of the work that she's done for the 42 years that she's been on this planet. Growing up in the Bahamas was very challenging for us. There were many days I went to school, I know, without shoes on my feet, and because my mom couldn't afford it. I went to school many days without food to eat, right? Coming home not knowing whether we would have food to eat for dinner. So it was a struggle for her. So seeing the individuals on the streets, struggling the way they are, I can relate because I can say I've been there. I grew up in a home where there were a 3-room house where there was concrete floors, and when I slept, it was on concrete. And I tell people, some days we were greeted by a tarantula, or greeted by a snake in the corner, or greeted by a roach, whatever the case may be. We had boarded windows, so it was a struggle. My mom made $90 a week, and $90 a week with 8 children was not sufficient. And so we didn't have electricity. We had outhouses. So basically, there was a lot that we didn't have that some of my peers or friends, I would say, back in the day, or even classmates had that we didn't have. And so it was really tough. And then God blessed me with the opportunity to move here to Raleigh to go to school. And, He's blessed me so much. And who am I not to give back now that I'm in a position to be able to give back? But that's why Leah's Hopes and Dreams exists today. It's one, to honor my mom for all of the things that she's done. I know she would have been proud to see that, her name is not forgotten, and we are able to stand and serve in honor of her. So that's why we've started Leah's Hopes and Dreams, and why we're so passionate about serving. So what about you?
Yeah, so being a preacher's son, starting out, it was always better to give than to receive. So my parents taught me to make sure that we go into the community as preachers, as individuals that know the Lord and know what it is to give. Jesus is a pillar of what we do. Our Christianity is a pillar of what we do with Leah's Hopes and Dreams. And what we want to do is make sure that we impact our community through Christian faith and giving back. And my parents taught me that. That was embedded in me from a child. And being from 2 different cultures, Christianity was always a part of our life and the things that we did. And we wanted to embed that into our children, and my parents embedded it in me. And I wanted to make sure that we continue to do something that would impact the community. And we love what we do. We're happy to give back. And I'm so happy to have my daughter and my son able to be a part of this, because I know my mother-in-law is looking down from us and seeing that we are doing something, and her name is going to be synonymous with what we do here in the community. And thank you so much for giving back and doing what we can to help the community.
Okay, so a question, thank you for the response, but a question for both of you is, how do you think and how do you know that Leah's Hopes and Dreams is impacting the community through the different initiatives that you guys do have?
Yeah, that's a good question. So when we originally started this, it was just, we don't care about, tracking data. I mean, of course people do now, and we're able to track with technology. But prior to being able to track the impacts that we've been making, it was just knowing that the individuals that we were tutoring, that we could see that they were advancing to another class or another year in their school lives, because we did a lot of tutoring. We were able to offer about 27 certifications around red belt, yellow belt, green belt, process improvement, something that we are continuing to do now. And so those individuals are able to take those skills and utilize them as they are looking for career development or career advancement opportunities. In addition, just helping those individuals on the streets, the stories that they tell us, and we can literally track and see the impacts by some people either now having their own jobs, creating their own jobs. So we've been able to help a few people start their own painting business, lawn care business, which was an opportunity for us to plant that seed into them so they could see the greatness within themselves. And then just seeing how individuals were able to transition from off of the streets to starting jobs and getting their own homes or apartments. So while we don't have actual numbers from feeding or numbers from providing the encouragement, we serve over the past couple of years about 20,000 plus individuals, and out of those we were able to impact so many lives by seeing the growth in their in themselves, and how the stories that they've given, but also how individuals came back and say thank you for just planting that seed in our lives so they can now help their families. So that's from what I've seen. We all have different stories, and I know people talk to you more than they talk to me. I'm just serving, but you're the magnet, and they'll come to you and they'll talk to you. So what are some of the things, and that's the truth, right? So what are the things that you've been seeing or hearing?
Well, we do know with Leah's Hopes and Dreams, and the data's there, we do give the water that we use for showers, for instance.
That's true.
Just so that people understand that 1 little gallon of water or 5 gallons of water will actually bathe at least 2 people. And so what we're doing is we bring out about 5 gallons of water out each session, and so that means that we're impacting at least 10 individuals with a shower. And then with food, things like that, we do know that we bring out several meals out, and it's on average about 100 meals every other Saturday. So we know we're impacting individuals. There are 52 weeks in a year, so if you average that out, about 100 individuals getting meals. So we know that that's very impactful, and we know we're hitting the community because we see how much food is going out, how much water is being utilized, and just not just that material things. We also know that when you see a smile from somebody saying, "Hey, Leah's Hopes and Dreams is coming," they know when we're coming.
Yeah.
And that is huge because we have individuals know that somebody's actually caring for them,
right,
coming to them consistently every week, every other week. Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, they know somebody's going to be there. We know that there's no number that we could just come up with to say, hey, this is the number, but we know we're impacting lives that will impact another lives. You touch one person, you're touching 3 other individuals. So we definitely know that we're impacting lives, and they're impacting our lives as well. So that's the takeaway. They're impacting us because we know that what we're doing is helping us and helping them.
Yeah.
So we definitely appreciate that.
That was a great segue into my next question. So can you guys talk about the upcoming housing initiative and the shower initiative that we started, and how that's going to impact going further into shower trucks and impacting even more people in the community?
Well, I'll take that one, I guess. I'll take half of it. So some of the things that we're really doing right now is the shower truck. We're really excited about the shower truck right now. Like I stated in the previous question, we are right now just using 5-gallon buckets, but what we really want to do is make sure that we bring into the community a shower truck. This is going to be huge because then we can actually be very mobile. We can go to the individuals that are in the community, and that's what we want to do. We want to reach out to the community, touch there, get there, drive there, with the partnerships that we're going to have. We're going to ride around. You're going to see the birds that are going to be flying around because we want to cover individuals with showers. Man, we're going to do this thing. We're really excited about what this is going to, how this is going to impact the surrounding community of Charlotte and just the surrounding areas. We want to make sure that individuals have that opportunity to say, hey, you know what, I'm clean. if I'm clean, I can go get a job because I know that, hey, I feel confident in myself. That's what we want. We want confidence. We want people to say, hey, you know what? I love that Leah's Hopes and Dreams gives me this opportunity to be, just have that wellness about myself. And I definitely know that that is a huge initiative for us, but I will let you talk about that housing initiative though.
Yeah. So the housing, we're about to close on our second home for the Leah's Hopes and Dreams, and that will give us the opportunity right now to house about 15 men. Thank you to Stencil Investment, Foster and Foster. We've had some really good partnerships, and we are hopefully before Thanksgiving are able to take some of the individuals off of the streets because we've seen such an increase, right? And housing is one of the things that if you ask them, what is your immediate need? Housing is one of the things that they mention actually, in addition to, can you guys, as of yesterday, we were out there and one of the ladies said, can you figure out a way to bring career development to us? So now that was a seed that was planted in my mind, and I'm like, how can we do that? But she mentioned, maybe setting up computers outside in the tent community, and then have them have classes. So I know I do red belt, I know I do white belt training, and we can get green belt training.
But white belt is, some people might not know what that is.
It's process improvement, right? Lean Six Sigma. I know a lot of people do know that.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
So we are thinking about that now. I know I digressed a little, but that was a top of mind for me. But the housing initiative is going to be great. And then once we get that off of the ground in the next couple of weeks, we had a campaign that just ended. And the major thing that we are going to do is literally start purchase land so we can start the tiny homes community that we've always, one of our 5-year goals or plans was to do that. And so we actually are getting the opportunity to do so. So thank you all for donating. These 4 weeks was audacious. I think that was an audacious goal of $100,000, but we've literally made a quarter of that, well, 30,000 of that. And so thank you all. That the funding will go towards purchasing land so we can actually start building. We have a builder that's going to donate the supplies for us. We just need the land, and the land has to be, we have to get it zoned and all of that, but I think it's a great opportunity to get folks off of the streets because, as you mentioned, the eviction notice will be lifted in December. So we're seeing an increase in individuals on the streets now, but I know that that's going to pretty much double in January because people who are renting, who are not paying rent, will have to pay rent at that time. And so if you can't afford it, we look for them to be on the street. So, and we just want to be a part of that opportunity to really pick them up and get them starting to rebuild their lives. So housing is a big, big opportunity for us, but it's a passion of ours to really get people in housing. Not because I had a home, but again, I know what it is to be without. And if, it's tough not being in a home, especially families. You want children in a comfortable environment where they are willing to learn, because sleeping in a car or sleeping on the streets, that what we've seen, those kids are not focused on school. They're focused on where my next meal is going to come from. Where am I going to sleep tonight? So to me, I think that's that's the major initiative or focus for us, is really getting the shower truck out, which is great, but the housing community started. So lastly,
yes, so I just want to thank you guys for having this conversation with me, and if you want to continue to donate or learn more about Leah's Hopes and Dreams, our website is www.leahshopesandreams.org, and we are also very active on Facebook and Instagram at the same name, Leah's Hopes and Dreams. So I hope you guys understand what Leah's Hopes and Dreams is and how we're impacting the community. So if you guys ever want to come on out, just go to the website and text us. Thank you.
Bye.